Welcome everyone to another episode of Wingin It here on Bryno's World. On this month's episode, I'm going to be once again venturing, maybe not so much into the unknown, deeper into the unknown, into sort of absurd territory. Now this is not new territory for me because I'm taking two flavors that go very, very well together, but these would be the last things that you would think to put on a chicken wing. It's a very, very good breakfast combination for a lot of products. But how will chicken wings match up with apple and cinnamon? Yep, I'm going to be making some apple cinnamon chicken wings. A bad idea has never stopped me before, so let's get started. So naturally, the question must be asked, how am I going to impart apple flavor on these chicken wings? I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and I'm going to take these. These are dehydrated apple slices. Earlier this week, I bought an apple from the grocery store and dehydrated the crap out of it. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to pulverize these in a blender to create, hopefully, a fine, powder, which I will apply to my rub with a little bit of brown sugar. Not too much, though. Some cinnamon, some cloves, and some nutmeg, just to give it some extra flavor into it as well. So let's grind these apples up. Okay, and here we have our blender. Ninja brand, nothing but the finest here on Bryno's World. Most of the time. Okay, some of the time. Okay, a little bit of the time, but anyway. Here is the Ninja blender. Here are the dehydrated apples. Alright, here we go. It's louder than I remember it. It's a little clumpy, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. Oh, wow. I think that will do nicely. Before we make our wings, let's have a little taste. See how this tastes. Interesting. It's sweet, but not too sweet. And it definitely tastes like apples. Well, because it is apples. We may have something in this product here. Okay, I may have said at the beginning that I was going to include some brown sugar with this, but after tasting the apple powder here, I think it's sweet, so sweet that I am actually not going to put brown sugar in this and just use apple powder in place of the brown sugar to get the apple flavor and to get the sweetness. So I think I'm going to put maybe 2 teaspoons into the rub bowl. And those. Stuff smells kind of like fruit roll-ups almost. Well, then again, fruit roll-ups are dehydrated fruits, so it's interesting. Cinnamon, half a teaspoon here. Along with half a teaspoon of ground cloves. And lastly, half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Mix this up here. Still some clumpy bits in here. I don't know if it's because it's not fully dehydrated or if it's just the nature of the apple. But I really don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. You know what? I think this is a little too heavy on the spices, so I'm going to put in 1 more teaspoon of apple powder. Okay, so there is our rub. Time to apply our chicken to it. I'm not sure at all how these are going to turn out. My biggest fear is that the cinnamon and the other spices are going to overpower the apple flavor, just based on my last taste. But now it's time to find out. Okay, so now that our chicken wings have been seasoned, it's time to put them in the refrigerator. So now we are going to let those wings sit in the fridge for a while. And when we come back, we're going to get to cooking. Okay, so here are the apple cinnamon chicken wings after their rest in the refrigerator. So now time to put them in the oven. Oh, heat coming from the oven. I'm never used to that. So now put them on the bottom rack here. Set the timer. And away we go. Okay, the wings are done cooking, so now let's pull them out of yon oven. If the oven won't shut up. And here comes the rush of heat. Not as much condensation since there's not a lot of wings, but I don't know. I don't know about these. I don't know if they're burnt or if it's just the type of sugar or seasonings I put on them. They don't smell bad. They don't smell burnt. It's hard to identify what is going on there by just smelling them alone. So it's time for the tasting. Okay, so the wings are done. At first glance, it might look like the seasonings and such have been overdone, but I'm skeptical about that. The chicken is going to be fine, I'm sure of that. I am not sure what to make of the seasoning at all. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know if I put enough apple stuff in there. I'm also kind of wondering if I should have put some sugar in this or maybe some salt in hindsight. It smells interesting though. I can smell the apple, I can smell the cinnamon and the other stuff in it. Let's not waste any more time smelling. Let's go for the taste. Apple cinnamon chicken wings. Here we go. I think I'm getting more of the other spices, like the nutmeg or the cloves maybe. I'm getting the tiniest hint of apple. Maybe some of the cinnamon in the background. It's not awful, but it's not good either. I'm thinking maybe if I'd added maybe more natural sugar like brown sugar to this, or maybe, I don't know. I don't think any salt would have helped, but I definitely think mixing the apple powder with brown sugar would definitely have helped. Maybe to give it more of a caramely finish on the outside. I was kind of hoping for a more bold apple flavor than what I got here, which is why I upped the ante with the apple powder. I just don't think there's enough sugar in the apple powder by itself. It's just the apple flesh and its flavor, and whatever sugar is in there isn't enough to really make it a nice rub. I mean, mixed properly with sugar it might work great, but by itself, it doesn't cut the mustard. Well, that will do it for another episode of Winging It here on Bryno's World. I thank you all very, very much for watching. If you've got any ideas for wing flavors I can try on the show, please leave a comment down below. Otherwise, don't forget to like and share this video, and subscribe to Bryno's World if you have not done so already. Once again, thank you very, very much for watching, and have yourself a good one.